Trump and Hillary sparred on the issue of the economy and their tax plans at the final debate last night. Let's watch, and then I'll break it down.
I want to make college debt-free, and for families making less than $125,000, you will not get a tuition bill from a public college or university if the plan that I worked on with Bernie Sanders is enacted. And we're going to work hard to make sure that it is, because we are going to go where the money is. Most of the gains in the last years since the Great Recession have gone to the very top. So we are going to have the wealthy pay their fair share. We're going to have corporations make a contribution greater than they are now to our country. That is a plan that has been analyzed by independent experts, which said that it could produce 10 million new jobs. By contrast, Donald's plan has been analyzed to conclude it might lose 3.5 million jobs. Why? Because his whole plan is to cut taxes, to give the biggest tax breaks ever to the wealthy and to corporations, adding $20 trillion to our debt and causing the kind of dislocation that we have seen before, because it truly will be trickle-down economics on steroids. So the plan I have, I think, will actually produce greater opportunities. The plan he has will cost us jobs and possibly lead to another great recession.
Secretary, thank you. Mr. Trump, why will your plan create more jobs and growth than Secretary Clinton?
Well, first of all, before I start on my plan, her plan is going to raise taxes and even double your taxes. Her tax plan is a disaster. And she can say all she wants about college tuition, and I'm a big proponent. We're going to do a lot of things for college tuition, but the rest of the public's going to be paying for it. We will have a massive, massive tax increase under Hillary Clinton's plan.
Okay, that is simply a lie from Donald Trump. So when I was listening to the debate the first time, I immediately was like, wait, did he really just say that? Because what a weird thing. She's going to double your taxes. What? It's almost like he has to know that's not true as he's saying it. She's gonna double your taxes. Really, Don? She's gonna fucking double your taxes? What does that mean? Who exactly are you talking about? Do you understand what double means? Like, really? She's gonna double your taxes? So, of course, you know, not that I even needed to do it because I knew it was bullshit from the second he said it, but I was like, okay, let's see the reality here. You do a little fact checking, you find out very quickly. Hillary is indeed cutting taxes for over 80% of Americans. And look, some people would argue, hey man, I wish that wasn't the case. There's some progressives who would say, you can't do that, you shouldn't do that. So there's a criticism of her here from the left. But bottom line is, he just makes shit up. The plan is a disaster. Let me just tell you, believe me, it is not tremendous. And it's because she's going to double your taxes. She's going to raise your taxes. Your taxes are going to get raised. They're going to be doubled. Doubled. Fucking doubled. She cuts it for 80% of people. And she only raises taxes on people making over $143,000. And no, it is not doubling them for people that make over $143,000. Look, this is one area where everybody knows I'm as tough as it gets on Hillary Clinton. I think she's massively corrupt. I think she's an ultimate establishment insider. But the reality is, when it comes to proposed tax plans, it's not even close. Her plan is far and away superior. Now, you could say you don't believe her. But even with not believing her, I mean, what? Worst case scenario is she leaves taxes exactly as they are right now under the Obama administration, where the top rate is about 39%, top marginal rate for people making over $400,000. So if Donald Trump comes in, no, he admits he will put the Bush tax cuts for the rich on steroids. We broke down his plan in detail recently, and that's exactly what it is. This is one area where, you know how sometimes Trump bucks Republican orthodoxy, like on NAFTA, for example, like on trade deals. His rhetoric on that bucks Republican orthodoxy and sometimes just says liberal shit. His tax plan is one area where it's not remotely liberal. He's not even trying to be liberal. He's George W. Bush 2.0 on steroids and human growth hormone. He is going to give record tax cuts to the rich. He is going to deregulate Wall Street. Not just Wall Street. He wants to get rid of the FDA, too, and the EPA, which is fucking mental. So you do that, guess what's going to happen? Especially the deregulating Wall Street and cutting taxes for the rich part. You know what's going to happen, right? Well, what happened the last time that happened? The Great Recession. Now, not only that, the time before that, what happened? The Great Depression. Cutting taxes for the rich and deregulating was one of the main things that led to the Great Depression. So this jackass is recycling the same old standard Republican horseshit economic policies, and he's making the same arguments. So what do they say? They go, no, look, see, understand something. That's why his plan adds trillions to the debt. But they say, no, it doesn't. Well, why do they say it doesn't when the experts say it does? Because their argument is, no, you don't get it. By me cutting taxes massively for the rich, I'm actually increasing revenue to the government. What? Because they say, because when you cut taxes for the rich, it unleashes the beast of the capitalist system to the point where people make so much more money that the lower rate they're paying is actually a net increase in raw dollars. So economists have looked into this and they found out, oh, it's not true. You're just wrong. So that's a theory you have. We tested it, and empirically it is incorrect. But they still go out there and argue for it anyway. Because look, in the case of Donald Trump and other Republicans, it's not really about, oh, let me create a plan that's great for working people and stuff. No, it's about, I want to give myself a fucking tax cut. I want to give myself and my donors a tax cut. That's not to say Hillary doesn't want to do sweetheart deals for her donors. She does. We know she does. For example, the corporate tax repatriation where you bring back the money from overseas. But Donald Trump is doing that with the tax plan. There's no question Trump's tax plan is ridiculously bad compared to Hillary, and I hate Hillary. But Hillary, at least claims she wants the Buffett rule, which says that it's a minimum 30% tax on millionaires. So the idea is Warren Buffett said, hey, I pay less in taxes than my secretary, who makes like 60 grand a year or 70 grand a year, whatever it is. Because there's so many loopholes that rich people could pay less. So the Buffett rule is you have to pay more than your secretary, basically. So Hillary says she's for that. She's for massively increasing the estate tax, which only applies to people with fucking estates, so like 0.01% of the population. And that's a great way to raise revenue while taxing dead rich people, only the best fucking people in the country to tax. Now, she said she's going to raise Obama's rates for the rich. I don't really believe her on that, but I do believe her she'll keep it the same, and keeping it the same, 39%, is way better than fuckface over there, Trump, cutting it to, it was 28% originally. I think he might have moved it to 32% now. But that's still worse than even the Bush tax cuts for the rich. So this is an area where there is no equivalence. It's not even close. Her tax plan is better by miles. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His tax plan is going to have the same effects as the other Republican tax plans when you cut taxes for the rich and deregulate. And he just lies about hers. I don't know. She doubles your taxes. No, she doesn't. Stop making shit up.